If you're pouring your heart into your podcast, but still struggling to turn those listeners into paying clients, I've got something just for you. Imagine having a clear, simple plan to turn your listeners into buyers without relying on a huge audience or spending hours on social media. That's exactly what we'll create together in a podcast profit plan discovery call. During this free 20-minute call, I'll help you discover more opportunities for profit in your podcast and give you the next best step to turn your show into a client attracting machine. If I've got an offer that will help you expedite this process, then we can also discuss working together. Book your free podcast profit plan discovery call now by going to podcastingformoms.co/profit plan or by clicking the link in the show notes. I can't wait to chat with you.
Feeling the summer slump creeping in on your podcast? If your downloads are dipping, your audience feels MIA, and you're wondering if it's even worth showing up right now, this episode is your pep talk and plan rolled into one. We're talking about what really happens during these low engagement months and how to keep your podcast growing without burning out. Grab your coffee and let's make this your most strategic summer yet. Welcome to Podcasting for Moms, the show for moms in business ready to start, grow, and scale a podcast that turns their listeners into buyers. I'm Jenny Sonneson, a podcast strategist and fellow mom entrepreneur. You're in the right place if you want to learn how to start and grow a podcast that attracts your ideal clients and really does the heavy lifting for you when it comes to selling your offers, all while balancing life as a busy mom. Are you ready to create a podcast that grows your income, impact, and influence? Let's make podcasting work for you because as moms, we know how to get things done. All right, let's jump into the episode. Hey there, and welcome back to Podcasting for Moms, the go-to space for starting, growing, and scaling your podcast in the margins of motherhood. I'm your host, Jenny Sonneson, and today we're diving into something that comes up every single year, the dreaded summer slowdown. You know what I'm talking about. Listens dip, engagement softens, and it suddenly feels like everyone, including your audience, has peaked out for pool days and road trips. But here's the truth. Summer doesn't have to stall your podcast growth. In fact, with the right strategies, it can actually position your podcast for a stronger second half of the year. So today we're going to talk about why summer engagement dips are totally normal, the number one mindset shift that helped me stop panicking over lower downloads, and simple low lift strategies to keep your show growing even when no one's glued to their phone. Sound good? Let's jump into it. Okay, so let's start by acknowledging the elephant in the room. Your podcast downloads may dip in June, July, and August. And honestly, that's not a reflection of you, your content, or your show's quality. It's just seasonal behavior. Your audience is likely moms, and they're juggling camp pickups, travel plans, and kids who no longer nap. Plus, podcast listening habits shift. People listen less during commutes or structured work days, which means that your usual schedule may not fit into their summer life. So if your numbers dip, just breathe. You didn't do anything wrong. I used to dread summer. I'd panic when I saw my stats drop and wonder, should I take a break? Should I post more, less, change up my whole strategy? But here's what changed everything for me. I stopped trying to fight the season and started planning for it. Now, I treat summer like a visibility investment season, not a peak conversion season. I use it to build trust with the listeners who are tuning in, batch content so they're not scrambling, test fun topics or shorter episodes, and get in front of new audiences through guesting or other collabs. You don't have to grow fast in the summer, but you can grow steadily. All right, let's get into the juicy part. What you can actually do to keep your podcast momentum going without overloading your plate. So here are 5 summer-friendly strategies. Number 1, shorten your episodes, but keep showing up. Try 10-15-minute snackable episodes. Your listeners may not have time for 45 minutes, but they'll squeeze in a quick tip while folding laundry or driving to swim lessons. Number 2, repurpose old episodes with a fresh intro. So bring back some of your evergreen content with a quick update or a summer spin. It saves time and reminds your audience of your best work. Number 3, batch and schedule in advance. Batch record before the summer chaos hit. Use tools like scheduling platforms to stay consistent, even if you're taking time off. Number 4, cross-promote with other podcasters. Summer is a perfect time for podcast guest swaps. It exposes your show to new listeners while keeping things fresh and collaborative. And lastly, number 5, promote your show off social media. Try emailing your list with listen back roundups, sharing your episodes in Facebook groups, or updating your website's top episodes section. Not everyone is on Instagram this time of year, so meet your audience where they actually are. And here's the thing, you don't need to do everything. If you only have energy for one thing this summer, prioritize consistency. That doesn't mean posting every week if it's not sustainable. It means choosing a rhythm that works for you and sticking with it. So here is your permission slip to ditch overly complicated launches, constant promotion, and pressure to make summer your biggest growth season. Focus on nurturing your current audience, simplifying your systems, and staying top of mind. I want you to remember this. Summer may be slower, but it's not stagnant. It's a season for planting seeds, not forcing harvest. And if you play it smart, you'll roll into fall feeling confident, visible, and ready to scale. And hey, if you want some help planning your podcast strategy for the summer months, then check out my low-cost membership, Moms Behind the Mic Society, by going to podcastingformoms.co/society. That's it for today's episode. Now go refill your coffee and give yourself some grace. Your summer strategy doesn't need to be perfect, just intentional. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for tuning into Podcasting for Moms. I hope today's episode gave you the tools and inspiration you need to make your podcast work smarter, not harder. If you love what you heard, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. It means the world and helps other moms in business find the show. For more tips, resources, and support, head to podcastingformoms.co. Remember, you're not just building a podcast, you're building your legacy. Until next time, friends.